and welcome back. So in today's video we will do overview of all battleship lines currently available in the game, and what we will check is what I think is the scoring of overall performance of the entire line. So what is the scoring for grinding, so how easy or difficult it is to grind till tier 10 ships, what is the scoring of tier 10 ships, and then what is the playstyle. So probably that each line, battleship line, has different playstyle and different advantages and disadvantages. So in terms of just very quick and short overview, so US line are, in my opinion, the best all-around ships. Then Japanese line are sniping ships. Then British line are fire-starting ships. German line is brawlers, and then French line are, let's say, fast, agile, good ships. Yeah, not all of them, but we'll get to that a little bit later. So the first line that we will check is US line, and to this line I would give overall scoring of 5 from 5. So grind will be again 5 from 5. Tier 10 ship Montana is 4 from 5, and then playstyle I would say 5 from 5. So now this was the scoring for the entire line. So I think that these ships, so in terms of grinding, so it's quite easy and enjoyable to grind. From tier 3 to tier 7, so from South Carolina to Colorado, you have these slower ships with lower maneuverability but good guns and good armor protection, relatively good AA. And then from tier 8 to tier 10, you have North Carolina, Iowa, and Montana, so they have decent speed, decent maneuverability. They have really good guns, good dispersion, good secondaries. They have best AA of all battleships in the game. They have good fire and flooding, the best fire and flooding. So I think that they're, so North Carolina, Iowa, and Montana, I think they're really the best all-around ships, the easiest maybe ships to play, because in the majority of situations you could perform well. So if you're sniping from a distance, you can do well. If you need to change position, have a relatively good speed, you can do that. You can close the distance, brawl, you're protected against CVs. So yeah, I think really enjoyable line to open and to go to Montana. It's worthwhile, and in the end you will have a really good and competitive tier 10 ship. Montana, I think she can perform quite well in tier 10. So yeah, overall, definite suggestion to open as a first line. Also, if you're a beginner, definitely this would be my suggestion to go through this grind. Then a second line that we will check is Japanese line. So these are sniping ships. Overall for this line I would give her 4 from 5. Then for grinding I would give 3 from 5, and that mainly due to Amagi and especially Zumo that I don't like. Then for tier 10 ships, Yamato, of course, I would give her 4 from 5, and then playstyle would be from 4 from 5. So they are sniping ships. I think that fits rather okay in meta of the game. And yeah, so as I said, so they have long range guns, they have good dispersion, they have low to average AA, they have rather low maneuverability, have quite good, especially Yamato, torpedo damage reduction, and yeah, so they're mostly used, so long range, and I really like Yamato. And the only ships that I was not the only, but I didn't play too much with Fuso and Nagato, but I know a lot of people that like them. I played a lot with Amagi, and I think that she's simply not competitive as, for example, North Carolina, and Zoom I really don't like. I think low armor, so yeah. But it's worthwhile grinding through Izumo to get to Yamato, because I think she's really competitive and good tier 10 ship. Yeah, okay, so then the next line that we will check is British line, and they are fire starters, so they have good HE shells. Overall I would give this line 3 from 5. Grind would be 3 from 5, so I had ships that I liked and ships that I didn't like in this line. Then tier 10 is Conqueror, of course. I would give her 3 from 5 because I performed quite good in this ship, but you could also argue it could be also 2 from 5. So yeah, I think it is on the lower end together with Grusser Kurfürst. in tier 10, so yeah, it's rather challenging sometimes to play her. And then playstyle, and why is it challenging? Because of the playstyle. So playstyle I will give 3 from 5, and this is because you're a lot of times dependent on starting fires, and this, you know, you have to keep track which enemy ship is using damage control kit, and then you know, when you can start a fire, and you have a perma fire on them, and this is not that easy, you know. And depending on the situation on the map, you know, sometimes you will, you know, be, and especially you're also dependent about RNG, you know, will you start a fire or not. They have higher fire chance, but you know, it's not that easy sometimes. And yeah, as I said, so I performed relatively good in terms of grinding. I liked Orion, I liked Iron Duke and Queen Elizabeth. Because of some reason, I don't know why, King George V, simply, that's my bad luck ship, so I couldn't manage to do good in her, whatever I tried. I don't know why. And then Monarch, I think it's decent, and Lion, yes, I don't know. Didn't play honestly too much. And then Conqueror, yeah, as I said, if you like starting fire, okay. What is characteristic is that they have weaker armor, very weak armor, and very weak citadel protection, so you really have to be careful. You really have to be careful that enemy ships are not focusing on you, because they can take your health quite easily down. So, challenging ship to play, can perform well, but in comparison to Montana and Yamato, yeah. Then the next line that we will check is German line. They are brawlers, as you probably know. Relatively bad dispersion, but good secondary guns, good armor and citadel protection. So overall now, this is in comparison to other ships. Overall, I would give this line 2 from 5. Grind would be 2 from 5. I think it's challenging. Tier 10 is 2 from 5. Grusser Kurfürst, I think that she doesn't fit in meta gameplay. And then playstyle 2 from 5. All of that being said, because before you start freaking out if you like brawling, is that I like brawling and I like these ships because I like brawling, but that doesn't mean they're not challenging. So they are, if you compare, like, I don't know, Grusser Kurfürst with Montana, she is difficult to play. I don't want to say that you cannot perform good in her, so you can perform good, but you know, it's not that easy sometimes, you know. So she has bad dispersion. That means that, you know, you won't probably get good or high amount of damage output if you stay in distance. So that means that you have to close the distance to use the secondary guns, and now secondary guns, that means you need to start brawling, and that's risky, especially in the higher tiers. In terms of grinding, I think that if I remember correctly, Kuning and Baron were okay. Gneisenau, I like her, but I think, you know, if you compare her to US line or this kind of stuff, it's not easy to perform super high in her. But I like her. I like Scharnhorst, I like Gneisenau, I like Bismarck, so I like brawling, so I can do relatively good, but it's challenging. And then my suggestion would be just to stop at Bismarck, and then don't go to Friedrich der Große or Grusser Kurfürst. Just I mean, if you like brawling, go definitely, but you know, Bismarck is still like okayish, and then tier 9 and 10 are challenging to play, let's say it like that, you know. But then again, if you like brawling, they can work for you. And then the last line that we will check is French line, and so they have good speed, they're agile enough ships. So overall, I would give this line 3 from 5. Then grinding is 1 from 5. So I really didn't like the grind to Republic. And then Republic, I would give her 5 from 5. So I think that Republic is, in my opinion, at least for me, the best tier 10 battleship. So I really like this ship. But to get to her, it's really challenging. And then playstyle is 3 from 5. Let's say average when you look at the entire line. So I really didn't like majority of these ships leading to Republic. So you can argue that for someone, Gascogne or Alsace can work. Okay, I think, but you know, if you compare it to North Carolina or Iowa, they are simply not on the same level in my opinion. That being said, Republic is really worth it, the entire pain of going through this grind of French line. So in case that you really would like to play a lot of tier 10 battles, then I would suggest to go through this grind that is challenging, and you will get what is, in my opinion, one of best tier 10 battleships. So they, you know, they're you will get agility, you will get a fast ship, rapid reload, good AA, you know, a bit weaker armor, so you have to keep that in mind. You know, and not to go heads in. But if you are, you know, if you will be playing, you know, a little bit tier 7, a little bit tier 8, a little bit, you know, tier 10, and mix it up all in different tiers, then I think that US line is much better for that. That being said, if you want to have, you know, play a lot of tier 10, then it's worth the grind and everything else. Okay, so to summarize, in my opinion, the best all-around ships that can perform good in majority of situations are US, and it's really nice line to grind. Then if you like sniping, go with the Japanese line. You have a Mata in the end, that is really the best sniper out there, I think. Then if you like fire starting, then you go with the British line. If you like brawling, then German line is for you, but tier 10 is challenging. And then if you really want to play a lot of tier 10 battles in what is, in my opinion, in best tier 10 battleship, then go through pain of grinding and getting Republic as in my opinion, best tier 10 battleship. Okay guys, I hope this gives you a nice overview and helps you in deciding in which direction you want to go. Please hit like and subscribe button, and see you in the next video. Bye!